Okay, hi everyone. It's 8 o'clock. Let's start by taking attendance first. Okay, let me see. I'm here. Imam, are you here? Imam and Jama? Happy birthday, Imam. Let's wish him happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Birthday to you. Only me, bro.
Happy birthday
To
Imam's not here
you.
yet.
Okay, we wait for him to be here.
Okay, no, no, no.
Wait, we
Imam
wait
not
for
here
him to
yet.
be.
Yeah, wait. Jama? Not here. Brother will be late. I'm just taking him first. Aurelia, Gavin?
Yes, we're both
I'm here.
Lisa, Shitian?
here. Shichen not here yet.
Yeah, okay. Rashran, Kayla? Kayla's here.
Yes.
Niren Mingya?
Yeah.
Here.
Fa is here. Chen is here. Jasper, Ina?
Here.
Ina? Okay.
Ina will join a bit. She's on the way back.
I'll take. Amina and Naim. That's not here. Sean and Leah.
Both present.
Sue and JQ.
Yeah.
Yeah, JQ is in the office. School reps room. So I know he's here. Minha and Ali.
Yeah.
Okay, Minha's on the way to the studio. Mavi and Vaish. Oh yeah, it's here. Vaish. James and Janice.
Here.
Yeah.
Nice, thank you. Adrian, Megan.
Yeah.
Okay. Non-MSC members, editors.
Present. Here.
Oh, here.
Bro.
Okay, Chantek. Mui side, Sharon, Sachif, Kanak,
Here.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay, Kresna, Omar, Zainab.
Here. Are you serious?
Kresna, Zainab. Zainab.
Here.
Okay. Right hand, Jessica.
Here.
Jessica.
I'm here. Yeah.
Okay. CNS side, Angelina, Melissa.
Yeah, both here.
Batul, Sona.
Here.
Sona. Sorry, not Sona. Shu and JJ. And Agil.
Yeah.
JJ and Agil. Okay, JJ will be late because he's at the cove for the Monash Cup stuff. But Agil. Okay. I'll skip first, huh?
Hi, Dom. I'm here as well. I just came. I don't know if you take
Alright.
my name or not.
Blah, blah. Here, yeah, tick. Okay.
Agil and Shichen are both here.
Okay, Agil, Shiten both here. One sec. Agil is here and Shiten is all the way up here. Somewhere here. Okay. VPs, are you here yet? VPs, SAS reps, Minhao, Vaish. Minhao's on the way. Just take him first. Vaish. And then Jessica, not here yet, right? And if not here right now, I'm just gonna proceed first. Okay. Okay, so for the students here, please do okay. Fa, is Brandon here yet?
Sure, not yet.
Okay, never mind. After this, can we ask the students to send your details into the general secretary when he arrives later? Brandon is a bit late. Okay. I'll proceed with motions and deliberations first in absence of Gensec. There is no acceptance of apology letters this time around. Only email lah. After this, you collect. After this, you collect manually. Okay, party leaders, if you're here as well, you can send in the candidates details, whoever attended, to Brendan when he arrives, or through DM or some other platform lah. Okay. Is there any other student or who is not a candidate attending? If there is, you can raise your hand. If not, then it's okay. We'll proceed. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So for the candidates, can you please rename yourself as well? See something, and then for the office bearers, we know who you are, so it's okay. I'm just trying to see who is not a candidate nor an office bearer and is here. But in the meantime, we'll proceed first. Okay. First one, I'll present my report. Presence report dated today. Purpose is to inform. First item on the agenda, Musa office locks and keys. Lawrence from FMD has already assisted in changing the locks for the office, Musa offices, level 1 and 2, upstairs and downstairs. So the only remaining locks to be changed are the glass door locks for the Musa lounge and badminton courts. I would like to encourage those who have not exchanged their old keys and signed the key agreements to do so by the end of this week, meaning tomorrow, so that we can get that item out of the way. Okay, and then second item is on the budget and the end of year allocation. I'll be working with the Musa treasurers to determine the allocation for any excess funds for the remainder of this year. Additional funding has already been given both to Monash Board and MCN to subsidize participant tickets. After elections, I strongly urge the Musa 2023, whoever you will be, to begin preparations for the 2023 budget to be finalized by November. Okay. Any questions before I move on to the heavier stuff?
Nope, all good.
3, 2, 1. Okay, if there's any questions, just raise your hand or type in the chat. Okay. I'll move on first to this one is a bit heavier. Hardware, ITS, and network accounts. I've attended a meeting yesterday with relevant ITS personnel and Ms. Rachel as well to discuss the actions pending a few stuff that I've emailed them about regarding the hardware, network accounts, etc. They've informed me that any procurement of new software licenses and hardware, computer parts, blah, 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 will require Musa funds. Ms. Umi, who is my PSC currently, will assist in providing a quotation for any software licenses that I'm requesting, just so that we know. And they've conducted, ITS has conducted an on-site inspection just earlier today, but they were not able to complete the inspection because the ITS, the person who come to survey, right, had an emergency, so he wasn't able to complete it. So I will need everyone's help later on to help me collect their serial numbers for their CPUs and also the monitor model, so that we can track everything and I can escalate the issue about what to do next with the hardware. Okay, so after that, then Mr. Teva, that's his name, the ITS PIC, can consult with his bosses to determine the next best course of action. And he's also told me that the current computers in the office cannot be upgraded to Windows 10 because they don't meet the hardware requirements. So for those of you who remember, this is quite a while ago, but the PCs in the office are pretty much potatoes, so they can't be upgraded any further than Windows 7 Enterprise. Okay. Next part is I've also requested for the most updated list of network accounts affiliated with Musa to be provided so that we can cross-check if any of the network accounts need to be requested or terminated. Some of the network accounts may have been outdated if any positions have been made redundant within the last couple of years. If not, some requests might need to be made regarding any new positions. So we need that, as well as any the full list of clubs and societies network accounts to be provided as well, which leads me to my next point. I've already requested a mass reset of all Musa affiliated network accounts, including those accessible by office bearers and every single club respective network account. Once it's been done and compiled by ITS, they will revert to myself, which I will forward the email to all the office bearers as well as all the clubs regarding the network accounts. Okay. In addition, I'll be assessing the remaining budget for this year and allocating amounts towards procurement of new equipment or maintenance of old equipment, if any. Okay, any questions before I move on? Okay, I'll take that as none. Next item on the list is the bazaar control sheet template and permit to work. This is more towards next next year's people rather than this year's people, because we've more or less already done all the work that is to be done for any planning of any bazaars. So this is for you guys. Already completed the control sheet template that can be used for all campus level events. If you want to see what it looks like, let me just open up this one. Is to be cleaned up a bit more, but there's instructions here. Okay, let it load a bit. Okay, there's instructions here. And then there's the event booth layout and booth details. All of this, all the things that is accommodatable up to 40 booths. This is just a sample and a placeholder. There's a link here that you can use to access a template, blah, blah, blah. And there's a vendor's details here. So everything in here is all already coded to copy over to the next page here. And this is the, yeah, if you read the notes, everything is there. But this one, just to show you guys, this exists law. But yeah, okay, moving on. The template contains actions that allow it to meet all requirements for sign registration with security, FM, or OSH. Sign is the shared system between the three departments for any entry or visitors or guests into Monash campus. So that's that. For any installation or setup works for events, for example, if you are bringing in a stage or any of those big things which require setup, permit to work has to be applied before work can be started. So installation and setup also applies to bazaars. If you're having gas tank for cooking and all of that, anything which represents a risk, there needs to be a permit before you can start work. And a permit will need to be applied by a member of staff. They have to help us to apply for the permit, as students are not eligible to hold any responsibility regarding OSH matters. So that means that Musa people cannot submit the permit directly to OSH, but we have to go through student life, either the liaison, which will be Rachel or Ming Hui, to submit the permit. Okay. Next is vendor database, price book, and internal procurement procedures. I'm working on an internal database for campus vendors and preferred vendors that can be used for all Musa activities, as well as clubs and societies. The clubs and societies have already been briefed about the internal database and price book. So once it's been released, properly compiled, then we'll release it on short to all Musa people. The price book will act as a guide as well to explain the limit of the max values of prices, gift, expense that can be incurred for any fund request, which will also include a list of acceptable voucher types and platforms that can be utilized to purchase any required materials for events. There will also be a preferred vendor master list that Musa departments and divisions can use to raise PR easily. Because if not, then you have to find your own vendor and you go to get quotation from them, blah, blah, blah. Instead, you can just refer to the master list to see if there's any vendor that suits your requirements, and you can just request from them straight.
Dom,
Yeah.
I had a question about the OSH one.
Okay, wait, who's speaking? Sorry.
Rashwan.
Rashwan?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, sorry, my earphones are not quite clear. What's up?
Because there's going to be basically another person in the process now, do we have an estimate of how much more time it will take?
Sorry, say again.
Because like now we will have to liaise with student life when we submit stuff for OSH, right? Do we have an estimate of how much longer the process will take?
Okay, I think at this point, it's more or less come down to this, that any single event, right, regardless of how small it is, right, everything has to be planned out at least 6 weeks before the event. Planned out meaning like, plan out, not like finishing planning in 6 weeks. If anything, 8 weeks is a better buffer time before the event can be done, because within those 8 weeks is the crucial time where you need to apply for EMS, then you need to apply for funding. If there's any event, you need to apply for permit and everything. That entire time, you need 8 weeks. You cannot do it in 1 month.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. But yeah, so for 2023, people for you guys to note events, right, for Musa, right, and also clubs and societies, right, regardless of how small, you need to finish the planning 2 months before the event. If you need to change any planning last minute, that's fine, as long as you're not within 3 weeks of the event. It's really, really hard to do anything if you don't have the planning done beforehand. So pre-planning is required for any Musa events. That applies to the rest of the campus events as well. This is the requirement to obtain resources for any events on campus. Although the resources are there, you still need to meet the requirements in order to utilize them. So take note of this. Out of campus, what do you mean, Ellie? like outside competition, is it? Okay, so imagine for competition, right? Say you need to arrange for transporter to bring you to outside campus, right? If it's a competition, then maybe you still need to file EMS. EMS, okay, going backwards, okay. EMS, you need 2 weeks. 2 weeks, okay. Say 2 weeks to approve. 2 weeks to approve, and then also you need to apply for the funds. Depends how you're applying, if it's CIA or CR, or if not, if you're filing for transporter to come and then pick everyone up, right? You also need additional 2 weeks to pay using PO and quotation. So assuming everything, right, you still need about a month in advance before you can actually have an event. That is the very least, very, very, very least. That's why I said planning need to finish 6 weeks beforehand. Within those 6 weeks is the crucial time to apply for everything. If not, it'll be very rushed. Does that answer your question? Okay, thank you very much. Any other questions before I continue? Questions are also welcome from the candidates as well if they want to know more about Musa processes. But yeah. Okay. I'll proceed first. Interrupt me if there's any questions. Okay, I was here, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, if there are any vendors that are not on the master list, right, you can also make a recommendation for it to be added to the master list, so that this is particularly towards clubs and all. So like if you got a vendor that you're already using, and if you want to continue using them, you can also apply for us to register the vendor, and then afterwards you can just continue using the vendor already, provided they are willing to cooperate with us. And here, if the vendor is not registered, the department or the division of the club or society will be required to submit a completed vendor registration form accompanied by a Form 9, which is the official certification that the company exists from the Suruhanjaya SSM lab, the what's it called? The ministry that handles all of this, and then the bank header statement, if it's applicable, to the Musa treasurers for next steps. This applies to both individuals that you're making payment to as well as companies. Okay? So the Musa treasurers or myself will then submit the Asana form for procurement to begin the vendor registration process, which should take approximately 2 to 3 days, assuming there are no interruptions. Okay. And then last one for this item is that I've also met with representatives from TNG, Digital, Touch and Go, to determine the fund application process for TNG Reload PIN. So as of this week, departments or divisions will be able to start applying for TNG Reload PIN as a form of new voucher, provided that the value is above 1K. The reason why it's at 1K is because at this point, we are not equipped to handle large-scale orders of TNG Reload PINs. That's why this is the limit for now, but this limit will be lowered in the future. Okay, any questions? If not, I proceed to last item already. Okay, if not, I'll proceed to last one. So annual elections and shadowing period. By now, all the candidates who are in this meeting should have already watched the recording or at least attended the training session. So you already heard what I had to say to you guys. Just want to reiterate that I would like to encourage everyone to demonstrate the behavior deserving of future office bearers with adherence to the election regulations, election commission, and student general conduct guidelines. So it means that even if if you want to be an office bearer, I would say that you need to display behavior that is befitting of an office bearer. You don't just get to say anything you want just because you are still a student. If you want to become an office bearer, you need to display that you can be an office bearer. So that also means that you got to behave like one. Okay. I also want to say good luck to everyone for the next challenges ahead, and I hope for free and fair elections from bias. It's the first one we are having since we are back to campus, and it's the most parties we've seen in quite a long time. So this makes it all the more important for Musa and also for you guys. So good luck everyone for that. And one more thing about shadowing period is that I would like to encourage the 2023 elected office bearers after the elections to shadow your predecessors closely while keeping an open-minded mindset and desire to learn so that Musa can quickly overcome the steep learning curve. So if you ask anyone of the office bearers now, right, it's not easy to get to where you are. And in order to get over that quickly, you've got to pay attention to what you need to do, what you need to learn. You can't do this kind of work last minute. This is a commitment. And I already reiterated during the training session, right? If you're in this just for the cert, this is probably not it. Okay, this is a lot of commitment. And I'm just trying to make sure that you all are okay. You're prepared for the challenges ahead. No doubt you guys are because you've already signed up for this. But again, all the best. Good luck and have a good weekend ahead. And hopefully you guys join the bazaar tomorrow night as well on campus. Okay, that's the end of my report. Any questions before I end it? Okay, if not, acceptance of presence report accepted by
Alpha.
Alpha. Okay, thank you so much. Next is Brendan or VP? VP. Are the VPs here?
Chamafka said she was coming, but I can go first.
Okay. Or you want me to
Uh,
present the VPs? report?
Yeah, should you present today? Is that okay?
Can.
Right, thanks. I think we'll move on to General Secretaries first, then we'll circle back to VPs once she joins.
Can.
Mine's only like 3 lines, so I don't really have a lot to report, but a lot of it's just about elections, just to let all the office bearers, so not candidates, but office bearers know that elections is happening, and debates will be happening next week. Let me turn on my camera. Hold on, yeah. Okay, so basically, what will happen next week is that I will need you guys to be able to attend, right? We've already sent out the timetable to you and the candidates, so please confirm your attendance for those who haven't, and please be there on time. Late will not be tolerated. Please show professionalism at the debate as well. All of you went through this last year, well, most of you went through this last year, so you should know the procedures and what is happening. It is roughly the same. Please dress decently, right? Yeah, so I expect you guys to know. And other than that, campaigning period has already begun. So office bearers, you're expected to adhere to rules and regulations just like candidates do. Please do not openly, overly endorse any currently running candidates, right? You're expected to remain neutral. Obviously, we cannot police what happens in your DMs or elsewhere, but on public social media, please keep it to a minimum. And also, all of you are more than welcome to visit your potential successors, know your candidate series, and post questions and show support for them. Well, yeah, in a more neutral manner. But other than that, for the candidates here, I also wish you guys best of luck. I think it's exciting that elections are happening, right? And I look forward to seeing more of you around. And if there's anything, you can always approach me. But I believe that our election commission this year has been very, very approachable and hopefully very friendly towards you guys. And I think one last note as well about campaigning is that remember, this is for candidates, right? For campaigning, there are a lot of things that are not allowed. Actually, for example, directly asking or soliciting for votes is not allowed, right? I think I want to remind you guys of that. Also, I think something that we noticed today was some clubs perhaps reposting in support of candidates. That is absolutely not allowed, non-negotiable. No clubs is allowed to advocate for either parties. If you are caught asking a club to solicit votes for you, we will automatically disqualify your nomination, right? I stress this a lot, right? Please don't let this happen. We don't want to let this happen to you either. So please be very careful, read up on the rules. If you are not sure, please ask your election commission. Do not do before you ask, okay? If you do before you ask and anything happens, we are not negotiating with you. But other than that, yeah, good luck. Okay, cool. All right, that's all from my report. Acceptance of General Secretary's report, accepted by?
Anna.
Thanks, Ina. Okay, we'll go treasurer. Chamafka told me that we'll go treasurers first and then VPs.
Oh, okay.
All right. So today I just want to remind like all office bearers to submit the financial report and the CA report for cash and advance requests so that the treasurers can do the reconciliation process. And I want to inform that the Grab vouchers are now ready stock and the processing time for requests is 7 working days, the maximum time. And then a reminder to check the remarks on the fund tracker for your fund request. And if there are any more information or you do not understand like the remarks, do contact us so we can process your request. Any questions? Okay, I think there's no questions. Acceptance of treasurer's report accepted by
Anna.
Okay, thank you, Inan.
Okay, is Cham here? Cham.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry for the
Hey, for you lah.
delay. Thank you.
Here.
Hi everyone. So just 3 items I just have to inform. One is we've successfully finished Monash 101. I did mention about this in the last MSc as well, but here are the details. So I'm not gonna run through it in detail today. 2 things I have to stress on is that we have launched the Student Initiative Hub. For more information, you can go to the Musa official IG page. There's a very comprehensive document on what it is all about. In short, if any student wants to independently have any education related event, you could ask for funds and for assistance from the Vice President's department. That's all it's about. But the only rule is it cannot be affiliated with a club. As long as it's independent, as long as it's a bunch of friends who maybe wants to have a seminar for their class or maybe wants to organize a field trip, as long as it benefits a lot of students, not just 10 or 12, maybe for the entire batch or for the entire class. As long as it's an educational event, you're eligible to apply for Student Initiative Hub. You can go and check out all the comprehensive rules and regulations stated in the post. And thirdly, we have officially launched the Monash merchandise for 2022. There are 4 types of merch. There is a varsity jacket, which is the most trending one right now. And there is 3 types of t-shirts, one with a smiley design and 2 other black and white. So the important reminder is that we're going to close pre-orders tomorrow at midnight. So grab your merchandise before we close for pre-orders. Right. Any questions? 3, 2, 1. Okay, no questions. Vice President's report accepted by?
Brandon.
All right, thank you.
Okay, I'll share for 1 or 2 more. Then I'm gonna go 2, but I'll be on the move.
Okay. Hi everyone. So as you might know, Monash Cup closing ceremony will be tomorrow, and we are collaborating with Monash Business Club for the vendors and the bazaar. Also, the grand finals for cheerleading and dance will be held during the closing ceremony too, followed by performances by the music club, including collaborations with Taylor's University and inter-house participant performances. In terms of the CNS Town Hall, it was held on 14th of September. The clubs were introduced to the new finance procedures and had the opportunity to ask questions directly during the session. Next week, we are opening the form for the club committee certificate applications, which will close on 23rd of October. And in terms of purchasing and replacement of equipment, we have announced to all clubs and societies that they now can apply for funding when it comes to equipment. So they are more than encouraged actually to apply and replace the old stuff. Yes. Okay, yeah. Any questions? 3, 2, 1. Okay, acceptance of heads of CNS report accepted by. Thank you.
Okay, 1 more.
Kayla.
Kala?
Hi guys,
Okay.
so I'll be doing the MCN, and before I start, I just want to tell you guys that we're doing MCN in 4 Points by Sheraton in Puchong, and now the ticket, because of the extra funding that we just got, I'm not sure if I can say this live stream on YouTube, but anyways, the prices that we're gonna get to you guys are now 70 ringgit per person if you're Monashans, 50 for participants, and 100 if you're alumnus or you're outsiders. So yeah, it's open to all. Yes, Dom, you're right. It's open to all. You are wrong, actually. It's open to all. Locals, internationals, and alumni as well, and even outsiders of Monash. So please do come. OBs as well. Please support your division. Yeah. Anyways, I just want to tell you guys that. So moving on to our updates. From the treasurer side, we have received payment for our One World, which happened last semester. We have received fund for some of our country night as well, and we have received fund for our July game night orientation as well. So the EMS for the MCN has been approved and vendor payment has been registered. On the activity side, so we just recently successfully did a first Musa World Cup, and for the CRO side, we set up the MCN booth from 2 weeks ago, and it's gonna happen until week 10, the end of week 10. And the number of tickets that have been sold is, if I'm not mistaken, it's 90 something. There's only like 170, I think, tickets left for us to sell. So please do support us, guys. And yeah, I think from the media side, they've been. Can you scroll down? Who is sharing this document? Can you guys please? Oh, thank you so much. So for media side, we already have these initiatives on like finding a room replacement. So if you guys also need that, please do just click in our IG page and just fill that in. It's gonna help you guys to find room replacement and unit replacement. And we're also have memo competition held in September. And yeah, publicity on the World Cup and also the MCN side. We are gonna start posting posters all over campus. And welfare side is that they have been working with CRO regarding the MCN in terms of manpower and everything. And yeah, and they've also done the birthday cards for this month, and they're also currently planning for the October intake people. That's all for Moise. Any questions? We'll take it as a no. And don't forget, guys, don't forget to buy FCN ticket, guys. Please do approach me or any other Moose member. Accepted by?
Naeem.
Thank you, Naeem. Don't forget to buy FCN tickets, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, next is activities. Sorry, I gotta go already. So I'll be still in the call, just not able to talk. Nirin, can you guys share?
Okay. Menya, can you help me share screen?
Can.
Thank
Wait,
you.
Give me a minute.
Okay, cool. Nice. Okay, so hi everyone. Just gonna make this really quick. So the purpose of our thing is just to inform. So as you guys know, equity, diversity, inclusion week just happened last week. So this was given to us by Professor Jane Tong. We had the whole committee and we organized a bunch of different themes. So our theme was respect now and always. And this is again raising like awareness about like respecting people and treating them with kindness and that kind of thing. Okay. The three booths that we did were Rosie Woods, the DIY Bead Station, and a photo booth by Photoversal Studio. The students were for the nice indeed, thank you. For the students that did participate, they got a free artificial rose from the rose booth. And then at the DIY Bead Station, they could, there were a wide selection of beads for them to choose from. I heard the pearls were like a big hit. We also rented a photo booth service from Photoversal Studio. We had like a whole design approved by Student Life and stuff like that. Then we had this photo booth from 10 to 2. The only thing was that because it was there for such a short period, many people missed out on it. Moving on to the anticipated Monash Ball. So to let you all know, the venue and date have been selected. It's going to be at Grand Dorset Subang, 20th November. The options that we had were basically Hilton, Sofitel, Majestic Hotel, and Sunway Resort, but they were either too expensive or not big enough. So we went with the Grand Dorset, which is also nearby. The theme for this year's ball is iridescent, like sparkles. So, because of all the euphoria trends and like, sparkles, because who doesn't like sparkles? They're gonna add up to be a very glamorous look for the ball. Next event, Top Chef Monash, takes place next week. We've got 4 categories, 2 ingredient-specific challenges. The ingredients for appetizer are egg, and for dessert they include chocolate. So if you guys are interested to participate, publicity stuff should be going out on Sunday. And next event, Monash Fashion Week. So this is going to be happening the week after that, so the following week. So we're probably going to be announcing this sometime next week, so people have time to actually go out and buy their outfits to like suit the themes and stuff like that. Okay. The categories that we have, yeah, thrift, whatever, culture, street fashion, and the prom theme thing. Okay, next, October orientation. So that is literally right around the corner, yet again. So planning is already underway. We've already had meetings with Student Life to start the planning process. We're going to be allocating buddies soon again for like the campus tours, as well as, you know, manning the booths and stuff like that. So that'll be allocated sometime next week. So please do put your names into the Excel sheet once I send it. This time around, we're expecting 400 freshies. We're going to be involving the successes in this, provided after they've been elected. We want to give them, you know, some kind of like on-the-job training low-key, so they get to see firsthand what they'll be planning in February, except on a bigger scale. Yeah, that's pretty much it for my report. Does anyone have any questions? 3, 2, 1. Okay, acceptance of activities report accepted by.
Rashwan.
Oh,
Huh,
okay.
It's cheap.
Rashwan.
Oh my god.
I love you, Chi, but like Rashwan Ando. Okay.
All right. Wait a minute. Okay, so hi everyone. This is the Publicity Officer's report. The purpose is to inform. First things first, Musa Subcommittee shirt. So all the logistics have been finalized and currently in the phase of quotations by the supplier. And our team will raise the purchase order by week 9. Moving on to the Musa lanyard. The lanyard will be double-sided with 2 different designs. All the designs have been finalized, chosen, and approved by MAC, and purchase order for this lanyard also has been raised. So it's going to come to Monash around 14 working days from now. As for the Musa website subcommittee page, some departments still haven't submitted their subcommittee information. So looking forward for the departments that haven't submitted their informations. As for the elections page, our website developers are currently working with Election Commission on the elections page. We centralize all the informations of election on one page of our website. So our next focus after those 2 things are events web page, waiting for finance to finish the purchase for a new plugin, as well as migrate the clubs and societies website, as the CNS websites are the most active page on our website. And next is the internal website to archive all of the Musa documents inside. As for our video or creative contents, an update for the Musa profile video. Unfortunately, there are some departments and divisions that needs to retake their shots. So the filming itself are to be set around SWATVEC or after week 12. Further information will be announced later. As for the Musa X Muis vlog, A Day of Monashan vlog, and KL Food vlogs are currently on editing process. Moving on to Chien for next updates.
So for the Musa notice board, it's the one that's specifically dedicated for Musa, consisting of Musa committee details, context, announcement, and upcoming events. And Musa Ask was finalized by 20th September. And some parts of it, such as the Musa Ask, will still be continued by the following week. And we encourage all OBs to check the notice board and provide inputs for the POs on the content delivered on the notice boards. As for the giveaway, we are also hosting some giveaway on social media. And the theme for the activity is to tell us you are Monashan without telling us you are Monashan. It's where students are to let the public know that they are Monashan by showing hints instead of directly telling. And students can make use of social media in any forms to express their creativity and inspiration based on the theme. And it's to be conducted online during week 11 to 12. And another thing we did for the social media is IG takeover. So one of our operation managers has successfully completed the IG takeover, covering topics such as how has the first half of the semester been for you? What are the tips and tricks in getting through assignments? Anything about Musa?
And the feedback and interactions from the students so far has been higher than expected. And we would like to thank the team for the great yet creative IG takeover. And I'll pass it on to Alpha to talk about LinkedIn.
Okay, so LinkedIn reactivation. So finally, yes, we've reactivate our LinkedIn soon. The first post is about the MSGA Summit. Recently, a few Musa OBs attended the MSGA Summit event where numerous student organizations gathered to discuss the relevant issues faced during the transition from the COVID era to the offline semester. During this event, we also managed to get a broad knowledge of how other organizations operate. And at the end, Musa also gets to know and create bondings with other organizations. So our next post to focus on is ULU with Taylors, or Uni Linked Up session with Taylors University before, and DNI Week and other events. As for the publicity coverage, we've done a coverage for the Musa merchandise. So for those who haven't grabbed your merchandise, go grab them before the pre-orders last tomorrow. And several events that we've covered are the NI Week, MEC Bazaar, and others. So that is all for Publicity Officer's report. Are there any questions from the floor? Okay, countdown 3, 2, 1. Motion 9, acceptance of Publicity Officer's report, accepted by
Jasper.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
Okay, hi. Are you gonna keep sharing also? I don't mind if you do, but
It's okay, it's okay. Full
okay,
after.
thank you. Thank you. Okay, so first thing, academic subsidy for SEM 2. We have received the funds for academic subsidy. We reported last time that there were some delays, but we have them now and applications are currently open to students. So if any student here does want to apply for a subsidy for any academic material that they bought starting from January of this year, then we urge you to apply. The second thing is the sign language workshop. This was a collab with SOS department, and this event was successfully carried out on the 3rd of September. Students were transported from Monash to the venue and back, and this event had 20 participants. The next thing is Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Week. The Welfare Department ran 2 booths as part of this week under the theme of ongoing disabilities and well-being. The student engagement and participation for this event was pretty high, with all the lanyards and donuts being given away and our booths being taken. And the last thing is just preparations for Wellness Week, which is our flagship event. This is held annually in conjunction with World Mental Health Day, and the preparations are currently underway. Confirmed events so far are a mental health talk by one of our Monash counselors, a bazaar for student businesses, and a positive message wall. There will be many other events that will be confirmed soon as well, so you guys can all stay tuned. So yeah, that's all. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, acceptance of welfare officers report, accepted by. Wow, no one.
Alpha.
Thank
No,
you,
I was
Rashwan.
gonna.
It's too late, Rashwan.
Sorry, Rashwan.
Okay, hello everyone. So, okay, this is the women's office. Yes, sorry.
Jenny, sorry, can you take over, please? I need to
Can
go.
yes,
Sorry.
can. No
Sorry,
worries. No worries, no worries. Hold on, yeah. Okay, so this is the Women's Officers Report. So first of all, we would like to inform about Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Week. So the Women's Officers Department had 2 activities, which consisted of giving out free badges and fries to raise awareness on gender equity, and also Respect Not Always, RNA respectively. And students were required to write a positive message to get a free badge, which were designed by our publicity team, Rui and Amelia, and the badges were made by the women's team on that day itself. And furthermore, students would have the chance to earn free fries after learning and being tested on the idea on consent for the team of Respect Now Always. And lastly, all badges and fries were given out successfully as we received high participation from students on that day. And furthermore, for this event, Safe in Space. This event will be held on the 6th of October at the Idea Link. The main purpose for this event is to provide a comfortable and accepting night for students to celebrate inclusivity by having queer team performances from Everybody Knows KL. Our hope is to invite queer performers to speak honestly from their experience with our students, to engender a sense of community with fellow queer folks through empathy and warmth, regardless of their sexual orientation. So that is all from the women's officers. Are there any questions? 3, 2, 1. Acceptance of women's officers report accepted by
Manya.
Oh, thank you.
Hi everyone. So this is the editor's report. So for event coverage, like we have received quite a lot of event coverage requests this month. And this include SOMHS Psychology Mingle Night and Refugee Awareness Day, Monash Cup Finals, Monash Got Talent, Diversity and Inclusivity Week, and MonPAC Meet Your MPs panel session. And as for internal projects, we have previously started a media project called Chat with Monga, where our media team will walk around campus interacting with random students to get a glimpse about their campus experiences. And these videos will be posted on our platform shortly. And next, we will have also resumed Monash Fit Check, our photography project that is meant to showcase campus fits. We also have a new photography project called Exchange POV, which is initiated by a subcom who is currently on an exchange semester in Monash, Australia, giving us a glimpse into her life abroad. And last but not least, we have also announced our September Snapshot Challenge with the theme Happy Together. And the winners will be announced and published on the 15th of October. And that is all from us. Any questions? There's no questions. Acceptance of editor's report accepted by?
Jasper.
Thank you, Jasper. Okay.
Hello. All right, let's start. A few things to highlight. General SAS subcommittee updates. So meeting minutes and team operations have been restructured. Secondly, after reviewing non-academic and general feedback from SAS students, we've created a WhatsApp group that has been made in order to liaise between SAS and other SAS-related clubs. Second thing to note is a bit more on the SAS collaboration with the arts clubs. Arts clubs may request help from us in the form of funds, manpower, publicity, and anything else that has to do with collaborating with SAS. Update on merchandise is we've changed our supplier to Cross Nation due to previous merch changes in costs. We estimate the completion of merchandise is in November. Updates on our events. Major awards took place on the 16th of September, and the winner was the communications major, followed by film, television, and screen studies major. October movie night will be taking place in the next coming weeks. In terms of publicity, every subcommittee member will be doing an Instagram takeover throughout the semester. And I think that's it. Questions? 3, 2, 1. Accepted by
Jasper.
Bet.
Can someone share screen for the SOB report, please?
I can.
Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. All right, we have 3 agendas because I am indeed a man of the people. So the first thing is our merchandise update. There's been a delay for the production process. And because they've already been taking large orders before we actually ordered ours. So there's going to be around a 1-month delay for that. And we've already sent out emails informing the people who ordered the merch about that. The next thing I want to briefly talk about is our SSLC that was held on the 22nd. Sorry, it was held yesterday, sorry, the 21st. So we discussed issues regarding availability of tutorial recordings, and because students were complaining that for calculation heavy units and majors like BA and econometrics, they really need tutorial videos. Now it's all available for SOB students upon request. And as for the other majors, they're still working on making the recordings available, and it should be all readily available through request from next semester onwards. We also discussed about having due dates on the public holidays, and all CEs are now aware that you should not. All right, sorry, Brendan. Yes, sorry, yes, boss. Yes, and all CEs will be aware right now that there won't be any due dates on public holidays anymore. And the last one is our SOB budget updates. We finally have the funds coming in for us, and we're going to be getting the financial report done very, very soon. That's about it. Any questions? All right. SOB report accepted by. Thank you, Minhao. And thank you, Ina. Thank you, guys.
All right, School of Engineering represents this report. I'll be presenting it. So only two highlights for today. The first highlight will be the Musa SOE RMM community project has just been closed last week, and we'll be having our outreach program this Saturday. We'll be having our workshop tomorrow as well. So yeah, and a total of 2,800 ringgit has been raised, and all the funds has been used to buy daily necessities. And as you guys will have observed, all the boxes are now in the office. Last agenda will be the lanyard design competition. The submission portal has been closed yesterday, and votings for the design will start next week. That's the end of my report. Any questions? Right. Motion 15, acceptance of School of Engineering representatives report, accepted by
Jasper.
Thank you.
All right. Bear with me a bit. Okay, so School of Information Technology representative of the presentation report. So first agenda will be our SSLC. We have just concluded our SSLC meeting this the Tuesday of this week, in which we have raised a few issues, not very major, but there were indeed some issues that were raised. However, there was one issue in regards to the operating line, meaning the reporting line itself, which was raised by our head of education, is that our meetings are clumped because we discuss everything from P to Z. So and it includes MBIS, postgraduate, and so the solution moving forward that was proposed and agreed by majority is that MBIS, PG, and UG will have their own separate discussions, in which UG on our end has already been doing this. And then in the main SMC meeting, we will just go through any issues that require cross-departmental concerns or advices. All right. And the second agenda is MBCheck. So MBCheck will be completing round 2 soon, and we'll be selecting the finalists that will for round 3. The thing is Monash Coding League. So we have just concluded our first round last week and have selected the top 45 participants, which can be seen on Instagram. And then round 2 will be held in this Saturday. And also for round 3, which I would say most of the students will be anticipated about, is that it will be a physical on campus, and logistics are underway. And we are more or less guaranteed to have the round to be physical, and we will have students from other universities be visiting the campus as well. Fourth thing is the industrial engagement fair. We are pleased to say that we have finally concluded all the paperwork and all the logistics for this event, and we have also wrapped up the event with both the students and also the companies. Overall, the response was quite decent from the companies. However, some expressed that the event can be held slightly earlier. So that's one of the solutions that we tackle. And then also that we might reach out to School of Engineering to actually have a career week that includes more aspects about preparing students for interviews. So this is really a brief run through of the survey. Then fifth is, I would say, the most exciting agenda, which is the industrial trip. So for those who don't know, next week we will be actually having a industrial trip to Penang to visit Western Digital.
And along with that, it's also like a half cultural experience trip. So it's a 2-day, 1-night trip, and we have already finalized our students who's going to the place, and we'll be sending a follow-up email for them to note on what needs to come and what needs to be prepared. Right. So and then the next agenda is the staff appreciation. So we have received all the goods and everything. We are just left with approaching the lecturers and staff to know of their availability so that we can actually provide the gifts to them. And seventh is the partnership between Tech Asia and the Solar Society. So we have already confirmed that there will be a startup discovery trip to Singapore, which will happen at least a week or two, which will happen most likely after the semester, which will happen during the summer break. And it's already undergoing. First-hand planning is already in process. And for a startup tour, which will happen right after the trip, will be happening next year, which groundworks have not been confirmed yet, but it will be next year. And lastly is that Sunway Tech Club have actually approached us and also Mamtech to discuss of mainly Microsoft Study Jam. And we've also proposed the partnership with the tech clubs so we can foster a more stronger bond between all the tech clubs in Malaysia. So that also has been discussed in the meeting that was held last week, and we hope that Sunway Tech Club will be one of the first for us to actually expose the tech club in Monash to other to tech clubs in other universities and UPL and so forth. So that is everything. Any questions? All right. If the floor has no questions, motion of 16 acceptance of two information technology representative report accepted by
Brandon.
Thank you.
Okay, next up is Moria, Aish. You guys here? Aish. Okay, they're not here, so I think we can move on first before we get to the report. Okay, the next one is pharmacy. Are either of you guys here? Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I'll just start. School of Pharmacy Representatives Report. Firstly, we had our School of Pharmacy Mid-Autumn Festival, which is our very first event. We have 84% participants from the ones who registered, and there was a variety of finger foods and childhood snacks which we provided in the event. Also a range of different performances from singing to playing musical instruments and also traditional Chinese diabolo. And also we had an open mic session where participants also volunteered to perform. And in the event, the highlight was they got to play with lanterns, candles, and also sparklers. Next up, our School of Pharmacy merchandise year 2022. We had a hoodie design competition and we received a lot of responses as well. We are in the midst of finalizing the designs and we hope to announce the winners and also open up the form to purchase the hoodies by next week. Any questions? Okay, acceptance of School of Pharmacy Representatives Report accepted by
Megan.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, School of Pharmacy. I think then next we have science.
Could someone help us share the screen?
Yes.
Thank you, Brendan. Okay, so first off, this week we had 2 career talks, which is STEM to STEM and STEM to non-STEM. It's our first event. We collaborated with the SOS Education Management Office and the Science Club, Monash Science Club. One was a panel discussion and one was a presentation style kind of event. Attendance was high and feedback was also relatively good. And our second point is we are distributing the sauce merch this week. We just finished packaging it and we are trying to get it all distributed by the end of this week. So yeah, that's all. School of Science Representatives Report accepted by I can't hear.
Rashwan.
Okay, Rashwan.
Well, Okay. All right. Vaish, Maria. All right. None of them are here. Okay. Well, I think for now that's fine. Is everyone okay with turning on their camera for a quick photo shoot session before we end? Specifically requested by, just getting requested by no one. Let's take a photo. For the candidates as well. Please turn on your camera. Okay. Very nice. Come on, guys. Come on. Are all three of you in a cab? What is going on?
Yeah, in the car.
Nice. Ayush, where are you? Are you in Lepak Place?
I am in the car though.
Why is everyone like in a group of people? I feel so left out.
It's much more easier, Brendan.
That's true. Maybe next.